Hey guys, this is Eli G. Brown / Eli G. Brony here with Mega Rocka. Now, this is actually kind of a character or a figure that was seen in a mini movie that I found on YouTube titled Mega Rocka. And, well, if you've seen that, you would know that this occurred when Surge used his power to supercharge Rocka, making him this mega size. Now, it would actually be nice if LEGO actually released official instructions on how to build this. Though, I had to rely on watching the video to see the assembly to take any reference. And that's exactly what I did here. Now, I did do a LEGO Digital Designer version of this, though it was not always easy, and plus I had to substitute a couple of pieces because, well, LEGO Digital Designer does not always work as well as building a figure in real life would. So, basically, what we have is Rocka with a whole bunch of other parts from the Brain Attack series. It could be like if you got every Brain Attack series set at least once, you would be able to create this from those parts. But in this case, I used parts that I bought off of Bricklink, plus a couple of ones that I've already had from doing the reviews on sets in previous videos that I've done. And I think that it took me at least 4 Bricklink sellers in order to complete this. Anyway, the last package that I needed came today and I was able to complete this. Now, I've done quite a number of substitutions, well, temporary substitutions, while creating this, in order to, well, just to keep the parts together, until I got the, actual piece that I needed, to keep them together. So, why don't we take a look at, this, version of Rocka here. Well, it's basically almost like another Rocka XL. Not exactly another Rocka XL. It's really mostly gunmetal gray and silver here. There's not a lot of gold on this version of Rocka, but it is quite colorful. I like how it uses a lot of translucent pieces, such as these pieces down here, and the translucent claw pieces. As I've mentioned, these particular ones right here, the green one. As I've mentioned in my video review on the Rocka Stealth Machine set from Invasion from Below, I mentioned that before that set was released, we only had these pieces available in Scarox, and so they were not very common yet, because they only came in one set, and in that one set, there were only 2. But, now that they've been released in another set, and in this case, they've been released in a total of 4 in that set, the Rocka Stealth Machine, they should now become a lot more common since they have been released in another set. And possibly in future Hero Factory sets they will appear again, making them a lot more common than they are now. If you got just one of every set that included those pieces, you would have a total of 6 of them. So it's good to have a lot more of them now. I didn't get any of these off of Bricklink, because, as I mentioned last time I checked to see if Bricklink had any of those available, there weren't any, at least not in the United States. But, anyway, at least I had these from the Rocka Stealth Machine, so I was able to use them on this. Now, it was not always easy to get pieces to stay together like in the original on the original Mega Rocka in the video. It was kind of a bother with Lego Digital Designer, though. What I did with this piece right here, well, when I tried to put it over on this one, it was overlapping, but then I watched the video and realized I think they should be like this way. So I put them on like that. It's pretty good. So I also like this whole idea with the claw right here. You got two of the Savage Planet series paw pieces. They're in different colors, and you use one of them for the upper part and the other one for the lower part. And the lower one uses this piece, which is pretty much supposed to be the thumb, which is pretty good. One thing that I don't like about that part is that there's this big gap right here. This piece does not do a very good job at filling in the gap right there. But you know, something that I've just realized right now would be maybe if I used one of the shorter arm/leg pieces instead of the one with the pinhole in it, that would probably fix it. Though I think this is how it was supposed to be done. I may switch that out for the standard size one later on, but I think this is what it was supposed to be in the video. Though what is also interesting is that the right arm is, well, it's 3 links long, though you could argue that this is actually, this whole part right here is actually a hand, and not part of the arm. And I think I will accept that. Now the weapon right here, this is quite interesting. You got these weapons, these pieces right here. I'm not quite sure what they are supposed to be called specifically, but using them and the green sword here, though unfortunately this sword is not a very common piece, at least not in this color, but then again it's probably not very common in any color that it exists in. In this particular color, I think it's only been released in 2 sets. One in the Rocka set from Brain Attack, and one in the Jet Rocka set. So you probably would only get 3 of those without either Bricklink or Pick-a-Brick's help. So, anyway, something that I also notice about this model is that there are these translucent blue pieces right here. I think those pieces specifically are supposed to be from Frost Beast, but they do a good job at keeping the colors, the translucent colors, consistent. They may not exist in those colors anywhere else on this model, but they are pretty good for what they are. I also like these wings right here, and these fire pieces. They're like supposed to be jets. It kind of reminds me of Jane Brix's Jet Rocka MOC that he did, based upon the information that was released before we actually saw what the Jet Rocka set was going to look like, and that, in that case, his Jet Rocka was a larger version of Rocka. In fact, the entire thing right here kind of reminds me of that MOC right there. I know a lot of people did not like the Jet Rocka set. I did not like how they had a very extra tall Rocka in that, and it did not look really good. But basically, the Rocka in that set was pretty much just good for the parts, and you could actually add your own, just whatever kind of Rocka that you have, or put any of the heroes into the jet, and it would work out well. You probably would need to do some adjustments with the fact that the jetpack couldn't stand up on its own, like put a stand on it, and then maybe also by the fact that regular heroes would not be tall enough to actually fit into the jetpack, because, well, basically the whole reason why Rocka in that set was extra tall was so that he could fit, but LEGO could have made the jetpack a little bit smaller, maybe to save money, but they just didn't. So, oh well. I also don't get these parts right here. I mean, these gold pieces right here, I think they were first introduced on Scarox. I don't know if they've been released in any other sets before or after Scarox, but there are those pieces right there. I think they were in some Ninjago sets as well. This part right here, I really do not understand the whole thing here. It does look cool, I just don't understand it. It's the brown paw piece that comes from Ogrum. And with the legs right here, well, you probably would need to lift that armor piece up in order for it to rotate all the way around right there. So, and then I actually also had a bit of trouble with the let me show you a bit better, with the lower legs right here. I mean, Lego Digital Designer would not let me do this. Putting these pieces, these pieces right here, you may recognize them from the Toho Hordika series. These pieces right here, with these armor pieces here, they kind of bend these armor pieces, the main body piece, armor pieces, a bit like that, so it does not work very good. And I was originally going to do a little bit of substitution there, but I decided, well, if you can get away with putting these pieces together, I guess it could not hurt. So, anyway, along with those spike pieces on the top, these pieces right here, I believe they were first released in the Ben 10 series of sets. They've also been released in some Hero Factory sets from the Savage Planet series, particularly for Witch Doctor, and these particular ones come from Pyrox. They were used as the horns. And Rocka's visor is the same. It's the same mask they had from Brain Attack, the one with no Kopaka eye, and the claw clamper on the Hero Core. I still don't understand that, but hey, they just had to do something a bit different, right? So I think that is about it for the Mego Rocka, well, not a set, because it hasn't been released as an official set, but for the Mega Rocka MOC. So, as I said, I may do some modifications over here to fix the fact that there's this bareness. There may still be a little bareness even if I do switch it, but at least it's not going to be as big as it is now. So, I thank you for watching, and be sure to look out for more videos to come from me on YouTube, and I'll talk to you again in my next video.